is, it's dark out. Okay.
How it looks kind of from this end. One by the window is usually what I use. And then the smaller one I'll use as a headlight if I need, or just to balance out that light when it's darker. So you all know that I feel like I have somewhat of a small kitchen for what I do. I have to put in all of these lights in here and it never fits, and I'm always tripping over wire, and it's actually a lot. And what I kind of figured was that actually sometimes it's not the lights problem, sometimes it's also the diffuser problem too, and it just takes up all of this room. So today I'm going to show you how I turn this kitchen into an actual like working studio, so that when it is nighttime, when it is a rainy day, when it is a cloudy day, I can still work, I can still get the light that I want. And I'm quite happy because I am pairing up with iFootage today. They were able to send me 3 of their main continuous video lights, the 320DN, the 220DN, and then now they have their newer 60, which is portable, and you can also put a V-mount battery on it, so you can just move it around and all of that good stuff. Pretty much I'll show you today how I have, semi-permanently mounted these lights, and you can always have them, connected to an outlet. You can always have them, with battery. So my plan for today is to show you how it looks with skin tone, but then also to show you the different scenarios of how food looks. I'll show you how that looks with some of the lights on, some of the lights off, and all that good jazz. Right now, actually, all of the lights are on in addition to the sun, so it actually looks quite natural. I mean, it's quite fun to play with, and as you can see, you can control these all remotely, so it's very, very convenient. I've marked the drill bits where the hole needs to be. And this is after using the stud finder. Focus. So that, focus. That needs to be, yeah, all right, anyways. So I just wanted to show you the setup. So that is one of the lights going across. That is my other one right on top of the refrigerator. So yeah, that's kind of how the setup is. Want to do a bit of fill on the 220, so you can see, and that just might fill in all of the shadows. So this is 25% with the 220. Fills the light, so looking for it to flash. So that kind of fills in the light at about 20%. This would be 0. It's about 25%, and And then I'm gonna move it up to, this is 50%. It's not too bad, but if you wanted, I mean, it really depends on the mood that you want. Lower it back down to 25, see it like that. Just a bit more natural. The 60 is also available, just amplifies everything. And then the 320 to kind of backlight it a bit. Then it gets quite bright. So I do like the kind of the more natural look of the less light, kind of the better. And I think sometimes it helps the camera know like, okay, this is where the source of light is coming from and whatnot. But yeah, currently the 60, I'm pointing it away at the curtains and bouncing back, and that's at 100%, and then the 220 is at 20%. But even without the 60, that's more like normal light, and then 18% at the 220 just to like fill in that light. So this one might be a little bit more telling. We'll include like these two things here. So this one might be a little bit more telling because this is pretty much natural light coming over here, but not too much because the table is in the middle. So you're getting a lot of shadows that you're not seeing, which is nice for a mood, but me first, the 220 at 25%, and then I'm gonna bring the 320, and the 320 is so big that easily can fill in that light. So this is the 320 at 12%, the 220 at 25%. Well, all in all, it's a pretty natural looking light. You just can't turn on the lights too high. I think a little bit, especially when you pair it with natural light, goes a really long way. It kind of just like fills in this side. If I didn't have the 220, so that's the 220, nothing. And the natural light's coming in here. The 320 is at 12%. This is the 320 at 20%. It starts getting more, and I find a little too bright. In the bag that I'm going to just turn on now so you can see. That's at about 90%, so it's quite bright. I'll lower that down to, 50 is still incredibly bright. And then this is the 320. There's no 320, which is a little bit more real actually, because usually on this side there's not much. Actually right here, the 60 DN is doing its work. That's at 100%. 220 is at about 11%, so it's just 10%, like a little bit of filler. This is kind of acting as our sun. But let's say we wanted to switch it, maybe vice versa. So I'm gonna up the 220 is just incredibly bright as well, but I actually think it's the 60 DN at about 40%, the 220 is about 20%, so you get rid of, there's still a little bit of light here, and I could probably just adjust where I shine this, and then we can up the 220, something like that. But I actually think I like this setup here where
the 60 is functioning as our sun. So, but it just takes a little bit of just playing around with. So we'll put this back at around 10%, and then the 60 is at 85. So yeah, I think this kind of works. And then if it gets too dark, turn the 320 a little bit. And yeah, I mean, I would say that's pretty much mimics, I mean, it's dark out. Yeah, that looks quite realistic because it does very much look like the 220 is, like the sun is coming in from here. It's just a further away, stronger light source. And then we have the 320 ever so slightly filling in, you know, the left area. Let me just turn on the different lights for you. Sun's about to go down, but okay, so this is just the daylight coming in. We're gonna get the 320 first. I mean, the 320 by itself can pretty much balance off the daylight on this side. So that's at 70%. Let me just show you the 220 for a sec. So here's the 220 coming in. Okay. Here's the 320 coming in. So the 220 I don't think we really need, but that's coming in at like about 80% now. And then the 60 I was just thinking of using as a backlight. You might not see it too much because it's just the daylight seems to be fine. But potentially if I put it over there and we shined it on the back of my head, I think that would work. Okay, so that is how these 3 lights look kind of during the daytime. The sun is about to go down, so I'll show you how they look during the nighttime. Oh geez. Okay, so I am back. Pottery class was quite fun. Oh, that was so bright. Hold on. So it is dark out, as you can see. What do we have here? Currently, the 320D is on 24%. This one, the 220 is on 40%. That's on 15.6%. So let's do it one at a time. It's actually quite useful to have it all on the phone. So this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. This is all on the 320. 70, 80, 90. And then this is 100. It's quite bright. Yeah, I don't have a bigger screen in front of me, but you can still see that there is still this side. If I put in the 60 from the back, I mean, I'm shining it against this, but what I could do, perhaps if we shined it up, and then we're gonna bring in the 220, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I mean, it's already so bright, so that's 50%. I'm going to turn down the 320, maybe to that's that at 50%. Sometimes the fan comes in and it's kind of sporadic. It's a little bit loud, but it only does it for about 1 or 2 seconds. Yeah, so this is pretty much how it looks pitch black outside. I think now is where you can see that it is a little bit, you want to say it's a little bit yellow, but I think some of it has to do with my floors and the surrounding as well. But it is a very like white type of light. I imagine after you can color grade it a little bit to get it a little bit different. Let's see. Okay, so that's how the flesh looks. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed that DIY of how I turned this kitchen into, I guess, an actual studio. And thank you so much to iFOOTAGE for working with me on this one. Hopefully you all enjoyed their lights, and I will put the links of them down below and how you can purchase it as well. All right, I'll see you. I'm tired. I'm gonna make some dinner. I will see you all again real soon. Okay, bye.